Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome to the Dankest Dungeon. Today we're just bringing whatever decks we want. Oh, and there's a new guy. Everyone say hi to David in the comments. Let's go ahead and see what everyone put together for this game of Commander. Hey everyone, it's Jason, and today I'm going to be playing Grolnok the Omnivore. This was actually a deck suggested by a Patreon over on our Patreon page, Paul K, and it looks to turn self-mill into card draw. So that's what I'm looking to do, mill myself as much as possible.
Hi, my name's David. I was told I could bring whatever I wanted, so I brought Burn. I'm playing Torbran, Thane of Red Fell. He's a 2/4 dwarf, noble, and if a red source I control were to deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals that much +2.
Good morning, everyone. It's Jackson, this time playing Sidar Kondo and Tymna, the Weaver. Today's goal is to infect everyone and hopefully win pretty quick with my sneaky creatures.
Howdy guys, today it's Nate and I'm playing Preston, the Vanisher. My opponents have illusions of grandeur if they think they can beat my ever-bouncing board of creatures. See how it goes.
Okay everyone, let's go ahead and roll off, see who's going to go first. I got a 6.
3.
8. 5.
Okay, David's going to go first.
I'm gonna mull.
I will also mull.
Good enough for once.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah, I'll keep my second 7.
Yeah, I'll keep this.
I will draw, play a mountain, and pass turn.
I will draw for turn. I will play a swamp. I will pay 1 for a Meek Stone. Creatures with power 3 or greater don't untap during their controller's untap steps. Pass turn.
Let's play an Arid Mesa, crack the Arid Mesa, get first blood. Good.
I'm going to draw for turn, Seat of the Synod, and I'm going to pay 0 for a Mishra's Bauble. I can sack it to look at the top card of someone's library, and then I draw a card on the next upkeep. Go ahead.
All right, I will draw, play a mountain, and we will start the burning off with a Eidolon of the Great Revel. It's a 2/2 spirit, enchantment creature. When a player casts a spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, Eidolon of the Great Revel deals 2 damage to that player.
Gross.
And I will pass.
I will shock in a Temple Garden. 2 for a Plague Mirror. 1/1 with Infect and tap to add a colorless. Take 2 damage from the Eidolon. And then I will pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Play a plains for turn, pay 2, cast an Arcane Signet, because I'm not in green and I have no ramp, and pass turn.
Taking 2 damage off the Eidolon.
Yep.
End of your turn, I'm going to sack Mishra's Bauble to look at the top card of Jackson's library.
Ooh.
It's a Sword of Truth and Justice. Draw for a Mishra's Bauble, draw for turn. We'll play a Flooded Grove. You can tap for a colorless, or if I put a blue or green into it, I could tap for any combination of blue and green, which I will use to play a Thought Vessel. I will take 2 from Eidolon and pass turn.
Upkeep, draw. It's a good draw. I will burn myself and play a Soul Ring. I will tap my mountain and Soul Ring to play a Scytheclaw Raptor, triggering Eidolon again. Whenever a player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, Scytheclaw Raptor deals 4 damage to them.
Okay.
So I'll pass.
Swamp for turn. Pay 4. I'm going to cast a Necrogen Rot Priest. A 1/5 with Toxic 2. And whenever a creature I control with Toxic deals damage to a player, that player gets an additional poison counter. Then I can pay 1 black-green, and target creature with Toxic gains Death Touch until end of turn. Pass the turn.
I will play this plains for turn. I'm going to play this Enduring Innocence, taking 2 from Eidolon. It's a 2/1 with lifelink that when it dies, it comes back as an enchantment. And whenever 1 or more other creatures ETB under my control, if they have power 2 or less, I draw a card. Only triggers once each turn. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to untap, I'm going to draw. Oh, thank God. Play this Yavimaya Coast. I'm just going to play my commander, because that makes sense. Grolnok the Omnivore. 3/3, Frog. Whenever a frog I control attacks, I mill 3 cards. Whenever a permanent card is put into my graveyard from my library, I exile it with a Croak counter on it. I can play lands and cast spells from among cards I own in exile with Croak counters on them. Okay, pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I also found my 3rd land. 4 floating 1. Play Torbran. Now my red sources deal 2 more, so Eidolon will deal 4 damage to you, and Scytheclaw Raptor will deal 6 damage to you. Now I can go to combat. Swing 6/3 at Jason, and we'll do a 4/2 at Jackson.
I will take 6.
I will block with a 1/5.
Forgot its power and toughness. I will pass turn.
Draw. Nice. I will pay 5 for a Vishgraz, the Doom Hive. It's a 3/3 with Menace and Toxic 1. And when he ETBs, I create 3 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might tokens with Toxic 1 and this creature can't block.
Disgusting.
Vishgraz also gets +1/+1 for each poison counter my opponents have. Nate, I have a 1/5 with Toxic 2.
I'm going to throw Enduring Innocence in front of it.
Cool.
It's now an enchantment, and I'm going to gain 2 life.
Then I will pass turn.
I will play a Plains for turn. This is reduced by 10, because y'all need to stop. I'm going to vanquish the Horde. I'm going to destroy all creatures.
Fine.
Thank you. You could have given me a heads up so I wouldn't have played my commander, but I still appreciate it. I'm going to untap and draw. Play an Alchemist's Refuge for turn. Taps for a colorless. I can pay a green and a blue and tap it so I can cast spells as though they had flash this turn. 3 and 2 life for a Phyrexian Metamorph as a copy of Soul Ring. 2 green and 2. I'm going to cast Eternal Witness to get back my Mishra's Bauble, and I will cast that. 1 floating will go away. Go ahead.
All right, untap, upkeep, and draw. 4, and play an Emberwild Captain. When he enters, I become the Monarch. Whenever an opponent attacks me while I am the Monarch, Emberwild Captain deals damage to that player equal to the number of cards in their hand. I will move to end step, trigger Monarch, and draw. Pass turn.
Pay 4 to White Sun's Twilight for 2. I will gain 2 life.
I hope it does something else.
Yes. It will also create X/1/1 colorless Might artifact creature tokens with Toxic 1 that can't block. Pass turn.
Draw. I'm going to cast Preston the Vanisher. When another non-token creature enters the battlefield under my control, if it wasn't cast, I create a copy of it that's a 0/1 white illusion instead. And then I can pay 1 and a white, sacrifice 5 illusions, exile target non-land permanent. Trigger Enduring Innocence, because Preston the Vanisher is a 2 or less powered creature, I get to draw a card. Pass the turn.
End your turn, I'll tap Mishra's Bauble to look at the top card of Nate's library. Swords to Plowshares.
Ooh.
Go to my turn, my upkeep, I will draw a card, and I will draw for turn. I'll play a Lily Pad Village for turn. It taps for a colorless, or I can add a blue. I can only use that on creature spells. I can also pay blue to Surveil 2, only if I control a bird, frog, otter, or rat that entered the battlefield this turn. 6. Grolnok is back. Let's go ahead and not do anything. Go ahead.
Upkeep, draw. 4 for an Enduring Courage. Whenever another creature I control enters, it gets +2/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. When Enduring Courage dies, it returns to the battlefield as an enchantment. I will tap 1, and I will play Spear Spewer. Defender. Spear Spewer has the ability to tap and deal 1 damage to each player. Trigger Enduring Courage, it'll be a 2/2 till end of turn, so I'm going to tap it to deal 1 damage to each player. Move to end step, I'll trigger Monarch and draw a card.
Untap, upkeep, and draw. For 2. For a Skrell's Hive, at the beginning of my upkeep, I lose 1 life and create a 1/1 Phyrexian Might with Toxic 1 and this creature can't block. If Corrupted is activated, as long as my opponents have 3 or more poison counters, creatures I control with Toxic have lifelink.
Need to get to work on that.
You're right, I should.
Also, Jackson's playing like mono bedbugs.
It's fine. Grateful Apparition. 1/1 with flying, and when Grateful Apparition deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, I proliferate. Jason has 2 creatures.
Yes.
Nate doesn't. Nate, swing for 2.
I will kill one of them.
You will take 1 and gain the first poison counter. Then I will pass turn.
Draw. I'm going to pay 3 and play a Priest of Ancient Lore. When it enters, I gain a life and draw a card. So drawing a card from it. Drawing a card from Enduring Innocence. Play my land for turn, be in this Plains. Pay 3. Play a Flicker Wisp. When it enters, remove another target permanent from the game. Return that card to play under its owner's control at the end of the turn. I'm going to choose this, my enchantment, Enduring Innocence. I'm going to go to my end step. This is going to come back in, trigger Preston the Vanisher. I'm going to make a 0/1 illusion copy of it, triggering this one. Hey, this has creature power 2 or less. I'm going to draw a card. Go ahead.
I will untap and draw a card. 4 mana for Spark Double. It's going to come in as a copy of my commander, except it's not legendary, and it has an additional +1/+1 counter. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to swing Grolnok at Jackson. Trigger Grolnok, trigger Grolnok. I have a frog attacking, mill 3. I have a frog attacking, so I will mill 3. And these will all get croak counters. Seal of Removal, Ghoul Caller's Bell, Waterlogged Grove, Valley Might Caller, City of Brass, Moth Dust Changeling. And then you have a 3/3 swinging at you.
And then I will take 3.
I will play this City of Brass return. Pay a blue or Seal of Removal. I can sacrifice Seal of Removal to return target creature to its owner's hand. Pay 1 mana for Gold Collar spell. I can tap it for each player to put the top card of their library into his or her graveyard. Pay 1 blue with Lilypad Village for Moth Dust Changeling. It's a 1/1 with Changeling. I can tap an untapped creature I control. Moth Dust Changeling gains flying until end of turn. Pay a green, losing 1 life to Yavimaya Coast to play Valley Might Caller. It's a 1/1 Frog Warrior with Trample. Whenever another Frog Rabbit, I did the order wrong, enters, he gets a +1/+1 counter. Pass turn. Are you enjoying our content? Want to help support the show? Consider joining our Patreon for some dank benefits, including access to our full deck list, voting privileges for polls, shoutouts at the end of our videos, and more. Don't want to give us any money? We get it. Subscribing to the channel, liking our videos, and commenting down below also help as well, and are totally free. Thank you so much everyone for your support. Let's get back to the video.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Play my land for turn. Going to move to combat right away. I will swing Emberwild Captain at Jackson, and that will be my only declared attack. 4 damage.
I will take 4.
Red and 1 floating one, Kessig Flame Breather. It's a 1/3. Whenever I cast a non-creature spell, Kessig Flame Breather deals 1 damage to each opponent. With the 1 floating and these 2, play Molten Psyche. Each player shuffles the cards from his or her hand into the library, then draws that many. It has Metalcraft, but I do not have Metalcraft. How many creatures do we have out there with 1 toughness?
I have 3.
I have 4.
I have 2.
I would like to tap my last mana and play End of the Festivities. End of Festivities deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control.
Nice.
I will move to end step and draw for Monarch.
Beginning my upkeep, I will lose 1 life, and I will make a might. Another land. Underground Mortuary. Enters tapped, and I surveil 1 when it enters. I'm going to keep that right there. Skrelv, Defector Might. 1/1 with Toxic 1. Skrelv can't block, and I can play a Phyrexian White to tap, choose a color, and another target creature I control gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that color until end of turn. It can't be blocked by creatures of that color this turn. I will have to pass turn.
End of Jackson's turn. Preston's going back to your hand.
Oh.
He made the Vanisher vanish.
I'm gonna pay 3 for an Inspiring Overseer. When it enters, I gain a life and draw a card. Draw a card with Enduring Innocence. Play this Plains for turn. Pay 4 for that Preston the Vanisher that Jason was so kindly enough to return to my hand.
Yeah, you're all about bouncing stuff, right? End your turn, I'm going to tap Gold Collar spell. Everyone mill 1.
I do have to discard at end step. We're gonna discard this Altar of the Brood. Heading up Plains.
Dragon Rage Channeler.
Yawgmoth, Thran Physician.
Hit Oboro Palace in the Clouds. That will get a croak counter. And it will go to my turn. Untapping and drawing for turn. I'm going to go to combat. 4/4 will come at you, Jackson.
Aw.
Trigger my commander and my pseudo commander. I will mill 3 and mill 3. Kindra's Transformation, Masked Vandal, Dress Down, Carpet of Flowers, Mana Confluence, Pendlehaven. Post-combat, I'm going to go ahead and play this Pendlehaven for turn. It taps for a green, or I can tap it. Target 1/1 creature gets +1/+2 until end of turn. I'm going to pay 1 colorless for a Universal Automaton. This is a 1/1 with Changeling, artifact creature. I'm going to pay 1 and a green for Masked Vandal. I can exile a creature card from my graveyard. If I do, exile target artifact or enchantment opponent controls. I will exile Eternal Witness. I'll hit Meekstone. 2 mana for an Arcane Signet. 3 mana, Storm count is 3 for Amphibian Downpour. This is an enchantment aura with Flash, Storm, enchant creature. Enchanted creature loses all abilities. It is a blue frog creature with base power and toughness 1/1. So I'll get the original and I will get 3 copies. The original will hit Preston.
Gross.
We'll definitely hit this guy.
Okay.
We're gonna hit Skrelv.
Aw.
Which other one of these would you guys like to see gone?
I would say the Kessig,
Probably
because
the Flame Breather.
yeah,
I'll go with the table's decision. And I will pass my turn.
End your turn. How about we all take 1?
Sure.
All right, I will untap and draw. Play Chandra Fire Artisan. A static ability of whenever 1 or more loyalty counters are removed from Chandra, it deals that much damage to target opponent or planeswalker. And I will immediately uptick her to 5 and see what we get. Leyline of Combustion. Well, that's staying exiled. Play land for turn, tap for 3, play a Professional Facebreaker.
nice.
I'm moving to combat. Everything except the Spear Spewer at Jason.
Yeah, I'll just kill a frog. Let's kill the Kessig. Take the rest. You get 1 treasure for attacking me.
Then move to end step and draw for Monarch.
Sitting with that crown pretty well.
Scrolls Hive will trigger. I will take 1, and I will make a might. Forest for turn. I will pay 4 for Sidar Kondo of Jamuraa. He has flanking, so whenever a creature without flanking blocks this creature, the blocking creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. And creatures my opponents control without flying or reach can't block creatures with power 2 or less.
I will say if you swing on me, I will cast Dress Down.
They will all become 1/1s with no abilities.
Jason, I will swing 2 at you. 1 with Toxic 1.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pay 2 and cast Dress Down. So Flash. This is an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, I draw a card. Creatures lose all abilities. At the beginning of the end step, sacrifice Dress Down. I will block your Might with my 1/3, and I'll take 1 from Squirrel Frog.
Then I will pass turn.
I'm going to play an Emeria the Sky Ruin. It enters the battlefield tapped. At the beginning of my upkeep, if I control 7 or more planes, I may return target creature from my graveyard to the battlefield. 3, how would you like your Spark Doubled Frog to turn into a 3/3 elephant? I must insist.
In response, I will activate Ghoul Color Spell. Everyone mill one. I hit Frogify. I'll get a Croak counter. Yeah, you can kill it.
All right.
I will get a 3/3.
And unfortunately, that's all I got.
I will draw. I will go ahead and play Oboro, Palace in the Clouds. I will go to combat. I'm going to swing 3 frogs at you, Jackson. Trigger my commander 3 times, hitting Green Sun Zenith. That doesn't work. That just goes to the graveyard. Sylvan Safekeeper and Spellskite. Witness Protection. Talisman of Curiosity, Pawn Prophet, Mesmeric Orb, Altar of Dementia, Gemstone Cavern.
I will block the 3/3 with a 2/5.
Okay, you'll take 2.
And I'll take 2.
I'm going to pay 1 for a Sylvan Safekeeper. Try to keep my commander around. I can sacrifice a land to give a creature Shroud until end of turn. I'm going to want Altar of Dementia, that seems good. I can sacrifice a creature to mill cards equal to that creature's power. I'll tap Ouroboros, put mana into Flooded Grove, or 2 green. I'm going to play Pawn Prophet. It's a 1/1 frog. When it enters play, I draw a card. 1 blue, we will Witness Protection, Professional Facebreaker.
Face breaking is a legitimate business.
1 green and 1, or Kenris Transformation. Go ahead and hit your commander.
Oh.
I will draw a card. 2 more mana for Mesmeric Orb. Whenever a permanent becomes untapped, that permanent's controller mills a card. And then I will pay 2 more mana, losing 1 life to City of Brass to cast Spellskite. I can pay Phyrexian Blue to change the target of an ability or spell to Spellskite. I'm done, go ahead.
At your end step, I will hit everyone for 1 damage.
Okay.
All right, I'm untapping 9 things, so I will mill 9 cards. I will draw for turn. I will plus Chandra to 6, exile the top card. It is a Pyrostatic Pillar. Whenever a player plays a spell with converted mana cost 3 or less, it deals 2 damage to that player. So it's Eidolon, but an enchantment. Floating 1 mana, I will cast Pyrostatic Pillar. Tap for 2 for floating mana and the treasure, and get Torbran out.
Gross.
I feel like I want to just chill right now and give the table one more go around. I'm going to play my land for turn, then I'm going to pass.
I untap 5 permanents, mill 5 cards. In my upkeep, I will lose 1 life to Skrelv's Hive to make another bedbug. Then I will draw.
I will say, if you swing 1 damage at Chandra, it'll deal 3 damage to his face.
That would be funny. I'm going to play a Vraska Betrayal's Sting for the full 6. I'm going to -2 Vraska in an attempt to target Grolnok. Target creature will become a treasure artifact with tap, sack it, add a mana of any color, and it loses all other card types and abilities.
I'm going to sacrifice City of Brass to Sylvan Safekeeper to give Grolnok Shroud until end of turn.
I'm going to swing a 3/3 Elk at Chandra.
I will declare no blocks. 3 counters have been removed. I'm going to point at Jason's face. With Torbran out will be 5 damage.
Okay.
Teamwork.
Teamwork. And then I will pass turn.
At your end step, I'm going to pay 4. I'm going to flash in a Restoration Angel. When Restoration Angel enters, I may exile another target non-angel creature I control, then return it to the battlefield under my control. Bounce Preston the Frog Vanisher. When it enters, I'm going to draw with Enduring Innocence. Untap, untapping 8. Hitting some lands and things and whatnot. We will play a plains. I finally have 7 plains if we have a whole another turn. I don't think we will. 3. Cast a Blasting Station. I can tap it to sack a creature. Blasting Station deals 1 damage to target creature or player. When a creature comes into play, I may untap Blasting Station. Taking 4 from Pillar.
Yes, 2 + 2 from Torbran.
I'm gonna try to kill everybody. I'm gonna play a Felidar Guardian. When it enters, I'm going to draw with Enduring Innocence. I'm going to bounce Restoration Angel. Restoration Angel enters, I make a token copy of Restoration Angel. I don't care about the token copy, it's not going to hit anything. The original is going to hit a Felidar Guardian. In between each of these loops, I'm going to sack the token it makes and ping, starting with Jason for 1. Ping Jason for 1. Ping Jason for 1. Ping you. Ping you.
And Nate is able to sneak in a win, bouncing his stuff around and killing everyone with the blasting station. Good job, Nate, and hope you all enjoyed that. See you around. Thanks, patrons. I want to give a special shout out to Jacob M, Paul K, Jared R, Thaddeus R, KGCB, Mad Hatter Mage CJ, and Jared N. And thank you to the rest of our patrons as well. We couldn't do it without you.